kind of minutes, 10, 15 minutes where he was finding his feet, he started to relax, started to let the arm loose, and then, there's no stopping him. He really started to control center court, control the tempo of the rallies, made his opponent run from left to right, and the outcome became obvious.
He seems to be hitting the ball harder and harder, doesn't he?
I think
my foot would have hurt, I think, if I was playing him.
I mean, one of the things he's been doing on passing shots is not always looking to go for the winner with the first shot, and especially against the big player, he's going straight down the middle. And for some of these big guys, it's much easier to lunge to the side rather than get out of the way when it comes at you. He then gets an easier shot for the second one to really pick them off. And you see the way he's picked his way through the draw there. Played 5 tie breaks and won all 5. When it's been, a little bit tight, he's been able to raise his level. I think standout moment was against Raonic. She was 3-love down in the third set tie break, double break, and I think he hit sort of 5 forehand winners. And likewise against Berdych, I thought Berdych deserved a lot of credit. He played some fantastic tennis with no real reward. He really hung in well and was able to impose his game, but as I think Boris said, Federer just had extra gears to go to.
Yeah, and also when you look at his year, he's only lost 2 matches, and in those matches he had match points. I mean, this is almost superhuman.
I mean, you said the numbers game, and we couldn't emphasize enough the very fact, all the records he's broken. I mean, we're talking about, tough competition. You're talking about everybody is pretty much younger than him, and yet he finds ways to win and to win easily and to do it on a consistent week in, week out basis on every surface apart from clay. It's just impossible to fathom, because you think, where's he going to go now? We thought it was impossible to reach 18 for him. Now he's done 18 and 19 back to back. Was it be 20 at the Open? Where is he going to go?
You wouldn't bet against it, would you? Boris, you played for a number of years. How difficult is it to maintain that sort of level year after year after year? Because we're going back to, to the early 2000s.
I think the secret is his family life. I think his wife and the kids and the whole family background is his supporting base. I think he couldn't do what he does now without them, and he's the first one to embrace that. And I think that's maybe the struggle with some of the other players, that they're trying to, please everybody, but Roger has found the perfect timing on, when he's a tennis player, when he's the daddy, when he's the husband, and when he's the family man. I think that's the real reason why he's still so successful.
But we've seen just how much effort the players have to put in with training. We've seen it with Murray, with Djokovic, with Nadal. How does Federer find that time? So busy, but he's putting in as many hours as they are, if not more.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think sometimes because when Federer goes out on the court, he makes it look so easy that the technique is effortless. People sort of take for granted the training that he does, and he's as meticulous and at the age of 35, he knows what works for him. So, I've seen him around the locker rooms doing all the different exercises for his lower back that he can struggle with his shoulder as well, obviously with all the serving that he's doing. But I think fundamentally, I think Boris is right with the family life, but also he loves what he does. When he's out on the court, when he's practicing, I saw him practice the week before the tournament with Berdych actually, and he was having so much fun out there. So this is his hobby, it's not his job. And, if it stays that way, then there's no reason why he can't, keep playing. I don't want to put a time frame on it. We were talking about, what was it? It was the Olympics in Rio. Oh, he's going to stop after that. Well, I think we need to check where the next few Olympics are going to be.
Yeah, and also, he won here last in 2012, and to go so long without a Grand Slam title, it would be very easy to walk away.
Very easy. I'm sure he's the first one to admit that he had serious doubts whether he can win one more, let alone 2 more. And again, the question is ultimately, how much do you love your sport? How much you love to compete? How much you love the lifestyle? And if that's in place, then the results will come. Obviously, it's all based on a healthy body, but it's really what he loves doing. And that's why he's out on the practice court, and that's why he enjoys these moments.
Well, just look at that. That's how many victories, and some really close ones. And look at the Andy Roddick one. Do you remember that 16-14? He only broke him in the last game. It was the only break of serve that Roger got in that match.
And I think there was one of the other times I remember speaking to Roddick. They had a rain delay, and they walked back to the locker room, and it was 1-set-all. And Roddick was following Federer, and he said he looked at Roger, and he said after 2 sets he wasn't sweating. And he said Roddick himself said he had gone through about 4 shirts at that stage. and he was totally psyched out afterwards. But yeah, he's come through some unbelievable matches. I mean, you shouldn't forget in 2008 when he lost to Nadal. I think that was one of the best matches I've ever seen. But to have been in 11 Wimbledon finals and come out on top 8 times is impressive stats.
Well, we've looked